Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully everybody can see. Just turned 70,000 miles on the old Spyder. 70,000.1.
Welcome back, everybody. Today is March 3rd. It's a gorgeous day. It's been raining all day, but I got a little window before the cold front comes through to get out on a ride. And I want to kind of get right to what I want to talk about today. Yesterday on my ride, I broke 70,000 miles on my Can-Am Spyder. And I think what I want to talk about is what I like about the Spyder in the 70,000 miles and not quite 4 years that I've owned it, and what I don't like about the Can-Am Spyder. And I want to start out with the things I don't like about the Can-Am Spyder. I had a major issue with this one at 20,000 miles. Transmission went out. Had it replaced by the shop that I bought the Spyder from. Didn't make it home after they were done. Back in the shop. 25,000 miles later, had to put another transmission in it because the shop did things quite wrong. So now I'm at 70,000 miles, and I'm concerned I have pulley issues again, and that's what happened the first time. Is the output shaft pulley spun on the output shaft. There was some internal damage too, so the transmission had to be replaced, and now I'm hearing noises that I've heard in the past that I do not like. So that's concerning. I talk about the dealership because I think in owning a Can-Am Spyder, it's very important that you can choose the right dealer. I've gone through many dealers and I have not found one yet that I absolutely love. I've been removed from 3. So that is part of ownership. If you have an issue, which, I mean, anything can happen. You got to be able to work with that dealer. So that is the major thing I don't like about this. Do I think the Can-Am Spyder is reliable? Absolutely. But if you do have issues, it can take months to get fixed. What else don't I like about it? I don't like the Blue Ridge windscreen. The issue is the buffing. It's horrible buffeting, almost to the point where I feel it's absolutely dangerous to ride at times if the wind hits it properly. Your head just rattles back and forth to where you will see like 5 signs. Instead of the 1, you'll see 5. At how much you pay for one of these and then how much you pay for the actual windscreen itself. They could have tweaked it to where it would not buffet as bad, making it a little bit taller, pulling it back a little bit, so the dead air, instead of being here, would be here, so it would fall. The air coming up and over is falling and hitting me where it could fall behind me. So those are the 2 things I don't like about the Can-Am Spyder. Really 3. The dealer support could be better. And I'm talking about this Can-Am Spyder. To have 2 transmission failures and the makings of something else going on, it can be disappointing. The dealerships, man, I wish BRP could get involved with these dealers more. And get them on a program. You buy a product from BRP, these dealers need to be their eyes and ears for BRP, and they need to be able to work with one another and be confident in what they're doing and actually be able to fix what they sell. And I'm sure there's plenty really good dealers out there. I've just came across 3 that were horrible and 1 was okay. Now, what do I like about my Can-Am Spyder? Well, this one it's going to talk about all Can-Am Spyders. I have issues. Some days are better than others. But the Can-Am Spyder allows me to ride how I like to ride and how I want to ride. I also have 2 wheels, and I ride that as much as I can. But I'm not going to hop on my 2 wheels and head off to North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Michigan. I've been everywhere. But I'm going to hop on the Spyder, and I'm going to go. And I'm not going to worry about it. it allows me to ride how I want to ride. Oh, that's pretty. What else do I like about the Spyder? I like all the safety that is put into this thing. So you have a lot of safety features that people find in cars. You have stability control. So if this thing gets sideways, go into a corner too hot, it's going to know, hey, we're going into this corner too hot. We got too much bar input. You know, you're turning the bars too much for the speed and the angles. And, you know, it's going to start cutting power. It's going to start applying brakes to help you get around that corner. I mean, if you're just being a jackass and you fly into a corner that's rated at 25 miles per hour and you're doing 120, you know, good luck getting on the other side. But, you know, if you come in a little hot and for whatever reason you didn't think it was quite that tight, there's gravel in the apex, whatever, you know, the Spyder's going to help you get through that corner. Incredible. Traction control, stability control, anti-lock brakes. You know, yeah, I mean, I love just to blast this rear tire off. But if I'm commuting back and forth and it's raining, I have traction control, so I know that I'm not going to get too crazy. It's not going to let me. It's a peace of mind. And anti-lock brakes, I mean, man, I've used anti-lock brakes many times on this thing. On my vehicle, it's just one of those things that helps us daily to be safer. You know, you have an animal jump out in front of you, you got a kid jump out in front of you, you know, you're not paying attention and you run up on a car, you know, you can just crank on these brakes and get this thing woed down quick. Now I have an F3. This is their cruiser. It's not their touring machine. This thing's comfortable. You know, I can knock out 500 miles and the next day knock out 500 miles and the next day, maybe not 500 miles, but I can definitely go 350, 400 with relative comfort. You know, for what it is, I have decent storage. I'm not going to say it's super great storage, but it's decent. It's very comfortable to sit on, and I know comfort, man, everybody is looking for something different when it comes to something that's comfortable, but you know, for me, this thing is very comfortable. Mechanically, all in all, this thing is held up wonderful. You know, I've thrown some brake pads on it, I've thrown some tires on it, and you know, the maintenance, regular maintenance, and this thing is a trooper. You know, it starts up remarkably well. The motor runs incredible. Tons of power out of this 3-cylinder. You know, and I'm not going to talk about price. You know, once again, that's relative. I can say a Can-Am Spyder is really expensive, and then, you know, someone else is like, well, you know, with the value that you get out of it and what you get out of a Spyder, I think it's perfect. You know, so we're not going to talk about price. I probably put, without looking at numbers, $2,000, $2,200 worth of maintenance in this thing in the 3.5 years. But then again, I've gone 70,000 miles. You got to keep that in mind. You know, most people are going to once a year do an oil change. Every 3 years, if you have the SE model, you're going to do a transmission filter. Unless you have the old V-twin, and then you're going to be doing a transmission filter and an oil change at the same time. Oh, come on, big old girl. So I wanted to kind of keep this video kind of short. You know, I really truly liked a Can-Am Spyder. I hit part of the mountain. I will be purchasing another Can-Am Spyder. From what dealer? I can't tell you. So I think I'll do a walk around. I have a new camera I'm dying to try out, so I'll do a walk around and just show some of the things, how the paint's held up. You know, I ride all year round. All year round. I've been in the snow, I've been in the ice, I've been in the rain. I try to stay away from ice, but it happens sometimes. This thing is not garage, so this thing is, I mean, man, if you want to see how a Can-Am Spyder holds up into the extremes, ridden all the time, not kept in a garage, you know, this is going to show you how they hold up after 70,000 miles. So I'm going to listen to some music, and I'm gonna stop talking, and the next thing we're gonna see is me walking around with the new camera and seeing how the outside of this Can-Am Spyder's holding up. And it is windy. It is windy on top of that hill. So hey, I hope you liked the video. Thumbs up if you did. Stay safe, and I'll see you down the road.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, I don't know what the day is. It's a very cold 35 degrees. So let's take a look at the Can-Am Spyder at 70,000 miles. I'm probably at 70,100 miles. And all in all, the Spyder I think looks good. It's a little wet from the dew. I think the paint holds up wonderful on these things. Man, it's cold out here. I think the biggest issue I have, and you got to remember, this thing gets ridden all year, is a little salt damage on the pegs. And I have it fixed for it, I just haven't done it yet. The other thing is the plastics don't hold up very well. I wish they had a little bit better UV treatment in the plastics, because they do fade quite easily. But you know, besides that, I think it looks pretty good. Love the shad bags. The straps inside have pulled out, but that's no big deal. I mean, and then, you know, the paint's coming off the muffler a little bit, but I mean, you got 70,000 miles on it. I think it's held up all in all pretty good. So, you know, that's a quick walk around on the Can-Am Spyder at 70,000 miles. If you got any questions, you know, drop them below. Oh, my little throttle lock. It's doing good. So there we go. Stay safe. I'm going back in where it's warm. Hopefully later today I can get out and ride. See you down the road, everybody.